Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. A simple campfire. That's what firefighters say caused this fierce wildfire in Arizona. It's now the largest in state history. They're looking at 2 people of interest regarding this fire. Meanwhile, thousands of crews are working to stop it from spreading to nearby states. Firefighters are digging lines in the ground, hoping to stop the blaze from advancing.
Looking for hot spots that might be there and doing a thorough, trying to get it all the way out.
A week ago, roughly 7,000 Arizonans were told to leave their homes due to that fire. In towns like Eagar and Springerfield, they've returned to check the damage. That fire ate through roughly 30 homes and damaged several others.
We're all grateful that those firefighters are putting their lives at risk to save our property and our forest.
Conditions are dry. There are several fires across other parts of the state. One near the border with Colorado has forced hundreds to leave their homes there. We head to the south now, where firefighters in Florida are battling what's called the Santa Fe 11 fire. Some are facing heat exhaustion as the mercury rises. Forestry officials say for now the fire seems to be contained within the Santa Fe swamp, but it's far from over. As George Solis from our affiliate GTN reports, some people in the area are worried things could quickly change.
The Division of Forestry team in Bradford County is mapping out the best course of action to keep this massive fire from growing out of control. They're looking over aerial photos, trying to outsmart the fire and Mother Nature.
The master plan, we have this broke up into 3 different divisions. On the east side, they're going to continue to reinforce lines. We're going to be doing the same thing on the westerly side here of the fire. We're going to be reinforcing lines and starting some mop-up work.
On Monday, the 3,000-acre fire nearly doubled late in the day, posing a threat to several homes in the area.
You can't breathe it. It's that thick. It's pretty thick.
This man says he had to close down his shop in town because he couldn't take the smoke. He, like many others, can only do one thing.
I keep the doors and the windows closed and the air conditioner on.
Since Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency for the state, Bradford County emergency management teams say they see a silver lining through the smoke.
It will definitely help us out and be able to get more resources.
Director of the team, Brian John, says 90% of those on the front lines are volunteers, some working round the clock until they literally drop.
We had 4 firefighters that had to be treated for heat exhaustion.
Basically, the only portions that have not burned is some parts in the southeast sector of the swamp.
For now, officials say the only thing that will keep it from burning is some much-needed rain. George Solis reporting for INN News.
We take you to Hamburg, Iowa now, where soldiers are working to rebuild a breached levee along the Missouri River. They are working against the clock. Clark Young from our Omaha affiliate KPTM has more.
Pretty much, basically, we've been told that we've got 24 hours to get this levee done, these ESCOs, and we've got to try to save the town of Hamburg.
Since arriving in Hamburg after the levee broke, these Iowa National Guard soldiers have been working around the clock in a race against the water.
We've got drivers driving 5-ton dump trucks. They've been driving, they drove all through the night last night from 8 o'clock till probably 5 or 6 this morning. It's kind of personal for me. I have a grandmother and aunt that live in Hamburg. It's kind of hard just because in the same fact that we know we couldn't help them, but in the same time we're trying to help by saving the rest of the town. So.
And from one resident's house, you can see firsthand the efforts that are being done to add on to the existing levee surrounding Hamburg.
It's really scary. When we went to bed last night, there was just a small ribbon of water back against the levee, and they've had lots of volunteers, farmers, and local contractors that have helped them out. And then they decided last night, evidently, to raise it a few more feet.
And while work continues day and night on the levees, the residents of Hamburg have continued to work just as hard, filling hundreds of thousands of sandbags, which will then be placed on top of the levees that the soldiers are building and wherever around town they might be needed.
There's been a lot of people from all directions that have come in and helped. A lot of people from town have been here for long hours and hot days and so forth, and they really have made the difference.
Clark Young reporting for INN News.
Remember all the protesting in Madison, Wisconsin a few months back? Well, they're at it again. The Wisconsin Supreme Court has reinstated Governor Scott Walker's controversial law curbing collective bargaining rights for most state employees. That drew hundreds of protesters to the Capitol yesterday. Lawmakers are preparing to begin debating the state's budget, which includes cuts to education and programs for the poor. Republicans say they have to make difficult decisions to shore up the state's $3 billion shortfall. Democrats call the cuts an attack on the middle class. American Express has a new way for you to buy, and men can learn something from women when it comes to investing. Jenny Wurzberger gets back to business.
American Express is introducing a prepaid debit card. Prepaid cards allow consumers to load a card with money and only spend that money. The cards are not attached to a bank account, so anyone can use them. Last year, there were $65 billion worth of prepaid card transactions. That's up 35% from 2009. Analysts say this could mark the beginning of a shift away from conventional credit cards. In money and investing, women come out on top. That's according to a new study by Barclays Capital and Ledbury Research. They find that women don't take as many risks as men because they're not as overconfident, and so they don't mess up as much. In short, women trade less and earn more. Apple CEO Steve Jobs is getting his own comic book. It will detail Jobs' life and career and will be out later this summer. This is the latest in a string of biographical comic books produced by Blue Water Productions. The company has already published comics based on the lives of Lady Gaga and Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. For Back to Business, I'm Jenny Wurzberger.
Time for Global News Now. More ash spews. Clouds of volcanic ash blanket a Chilean town. Blowing winds at the base of the volcano caused ash to rain on the town of De Los Rios. The town handed out surgical masks to people to help block the ash from causing them harm. The eruption has also halted flights from Argentina to Australia. A man's thankful to be alive after falling 2 stories down an apartment building in Beijing. The elderly man was cleaning the windows of his 10th floor apartment when he slipped and fell to the 8th floor, hanging onto a window railing by one leg. Neighbors saw the man dangling from the building and called police, who saved him. The victim was treated for minor scrapes. It's a real victory when the kids are finally back in school. They're singing the Libyan rebel anthem as they file into their classrooms in Misrata, a city which was a bloody battlefield just weeks ago. The forces of dictator Muammar Gaddafi are gone, at least for now. Misrata is the biggest city the rebels hold in western Libya, a region Gaddafi still mostly controls. And that's your Global News Now. Well, next, many of you are already reaping the benefits of your gardens. But what if you live in an area dealing with drought? Coming up, how to get it growing despite those unfavorable conditions. Plus, changes are coming to the sunscreen you use, how it will make things easier for you. And it seems many of you wish to be a Cosby kid. What other TV dads are getting big props ahead of Father's Day? We'll find out. And we want to remind you, INN News is on Facebook. You can also find us on Twitter at INN News Network. And we're on YouTube. We're reaching out to you so you can reach out to us. INN News. We'll be right back.
In this box is what I need to control my diabetes, to stay healthy, and get on with my life. It comes from Liberty Medical. And now, it's not only where I get my diabetes testing supplies, but it's where I get my prescription drugs as well. See, if you're on Medicare, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies, as well as your prescription drugs, may be covered. Liberty takes care of all the paperwork with Medicare and sends the prescription forms directly to your doctor for approval. Then on your schedule, packs up this box and sends it right to your door with no charge for shipping.
Liberty assures you have what you need to manage your diabetes, and that starts with a free meter. Call today and get a free meter. Plus, when you join, you'll also get a free cookbook.
Call Liberty. They can help you live a better life.
Call 1-800-503-6627. 1-800-503-6627.
Car owners, does your vehicle have less than 120,000 miles on it? Is it less than 10 years old? Is your current auto warranty about to expire? Well, Cover America Auto Care has a very special offer just for you. With current economic conditions causing bankruptcies and a downturn in new car sales, Cover America Auto Care now offers inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage direct to the public. You can save thousands of dollars on auto repairs. A toll-free line has been made available so car owners can call and get a free no-obligation quote. This auto protection is backed by an A-rated insurance carrier. Plus, you get a claims department that has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance is also included. You will be amazed at how much you can save on future car repair bills. So call for your free, no-obligation quote now. Do not wait. Get covered today and rest easy tonight.
Good evening, I'm INM meteorologist Ed Russo. Showers and thunderstorms moving across the Ohio Valley. Severe thunderstorm watch box in effect for much of Tennessee here. Very intense thunderstorms breaking out across the Nashville area. A lot of that activity now moving to the south and east of the area, but certainly we could see some more thunderstorms developing towards western Tennessee as well. Just a general rain as you go towards the north, especially across Indiana and Ohio. So if you're all going out, definitely take that umbrella just in case, because those showers are quite widely scattered. And notice across Florida, we had a mostly sunny morning. Now we're starting to see a lot of thunderstorm activity blossom across central Florida, especially Orlando on south. Sanford area seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Also could be severe thunderstorm watch box for much of central and southern Florida. Yesterday we had some severe weather across north central Florida. The disturbance has moved a little further south, so southern parts of Florida should see a better chance for some thunderstorms this afternoon and the evening. That's where the severe weather risk is today, where we have the severe thunderstorm watch for Tennessee and also South Florida there, where we could be seeing some more strong storms developing as we go through the evening hours. And then tomorrow it shifts to the central and high plains and right along the coast. That's where we could see some more storms for the Carolinas up through Virginia and even extreme eastern West Virginia. On Friday, the upper plains and right to the east of the Rocky Mountains here of Wyoming, we are going to be seeing that severe weather risk. And also southeastern Virginia, the Tidewater, Delmarva, southern Delmarva could be seeing some strong thunderstorms developing as well. It's a very nice day across the mid-Atlantic region. Once you get up towards Maine, though, still some very persistent cloud cover across the region here, and that's bringing cooler temperatures as well as even some rain showers, especially across extreme parts of down east Maine, where we've been cloudy really for the past week. We haven't really been able to break out a lot of that sunshine, unfortunately, but it will get sunnier, especially tomorrow, for much of the state of Maine. Towards the west over Minnesota, not too much in the way of thunderstorm action going on here, but dreary, gloomy weather, certainly cooler conditions than what we're seeing across Missouri and Illinois. Very rain-cooled air spinning out here, and of course we still have high water along some of the rivers where we really don't need any more rain because of the recent snow melt, or the spring snow melt. As we go southwest, it's dry here and not terribly hot, seasonably warm, and Washington and Idaho and Montana still seeing some persistent showers, especially across the mountaintops, where I still can't rule out an isolated snowflake or two. 76 tonight in Houston. Look at the southern Mississippi Valley as well as the southeast. Very warm tonight. 77 in Miami. Can't really open your window and bring in that cooler air because there's no cool air outside. It's only dropping in the middle 70s. 58 in Chicago, 54 in Fargo. Notice out towards the west, so we're still dealing with that cold air locked in place. Idaho, Montana, northwest Wyoming can't seem to get a break from this very cool, unseasonably cool weather. 90 in Denver for tomorrow, so you don't have to go too far south to start seeing those warmer temperatures, but still cooler than normal across Montana and Idaho. 106 in Phoenix, 97 in Houston, but look at that heat build across the Texas Panhandle into Oklahoma. 100s. Mike?
Many parts of the South are dealing with drought conditions. Tonight, an expert offers some advice and encouragement as you try to enjoy spring and summer produce. This story comes from our Alexandria, Louisiana affiliate, KLAX.
One of the best things you can do is mulch your garden. Put a good cover of mulch over the soil. This helps to prevent the soil from drying out as fast. It conserves the moisture that we do have. There's a lot of choices as far as mulch goes. One of the most economical ways is to have your own compost pile where you compost leaves and grass clippings, do some recycling. This makes an excellent mulch and it's the least expensive. A lot of mistakes we see is people tend to go out and put a little bit or small amount of water on their garden every day to water it. A good thorough irrigation once or twice a week where you soak the water deep into the soil does better. If you water during the day, you can get the soil moist, the plants will get some relief from the heat, from the stress, and the leaves will have an opportunity to dry out and help prevent the development of diseases. Soaker hoses, drip irrigation. The sprinklers work fine, but really again you're wetting the whole plant, and if you're going to do that, I would do it during the daylight hours.
Well, the sun is out and you want to be out too, but which sunscreen is the best for you? Next, what's changing that will help you make your decision? Plus, the Big Easy has a big task ahead, why it's going to want to clean things up. Coming up on INN.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you. And that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe. Many are former IRS agents who have inside knowledge that you can't get elsewhere. And that can make all the difference in the world.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
The threatening letter stopped immediately.
I got great advice, and they did all the work.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you owe it to yourself and your family to call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
For a free tax analysis, call 800-903-7750. There is no obligation. Call 800-903-7750 now.
This is what evil looks like up close. It's The Nazis, a warning from history on DVD. The shocking filmed record of a world gone mad. From deep within secret German archives comes footage so unnerving, it still can't be shown on television. If you believe we can learn from the past, this is one collection you absolutely must own. Get it now on 4 DVDs for just $59.99. But wait, call with your credit card and you'll pay only $39.99. It's so important you see this. We'll pay your shipping. That's an additional savings of nearly $7. Look into the face of evil. Try not to blink. Call now to get The Nazis, a warning from history on 4 DVDs for just $39.99. We'll ship it for free.
Call 1-800-214-3086 to order Nazis, a warning from history for $39.99 and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with a credit card or order online at timelife.com/Nazi.
It will soon be easier to choose the best sunscreen for you. The FDA says it will develop new labeling requirements for sunscreen products. The new labels will show if a product is broad spectrum, meaning it protects against both ultraviolet rays A and B. It will also tell how long a sunscreen is water resistant while either swimming or sweating. A few words will be banned: waterproof, sweatproof, and sunblock. Also, SPF ratings above 50 will be obsolete. Instead, labels will just say 50+. You'll start to see these changes next summer. Well, it's hard to do in the heat, but keeping your head cool when it's time to go to sleep appears to help those with insomnia. Researchers outfitted 12 insomnia patients with a temperature-controlled cap. They slept 2 nights without the cap, 2 nights wearing it set at a neutral temperature, and 2 nights set at a cooler temperature. 3/4 said the cap helped them sleep better when set at that coolest temperature. Now, men have a life expectancy 5 years shorter than women, a higher risk of cancer, injury, smoking, illicit drug use, and obesity. The Australian Institute of Health and Welfare issued their report as part of their government's national male health policy. They found 68% of men are overweight or obese. 48% have a mental health condition. Only 5% eat enough fruits and veggies, and 16% did not visit a doctor at all last year. A new list is out of America's dirtiest cities, and get this, New York's no longer the top spot. Now it's New Orleans. The home of Mardi Gras claimed the distinction of filthiest city in this year's Travel and Leisure magazine poll. Readers looked at air quality, litter, even the taste of tap water. Philadelphia came in at number 2, up from number 4 in last year's survey. The top 5 are rounded out by LA, Memphis, and New York, which cleaned up its act to drop to number 5 this year. Speaking of New York, the state is close to making a big change. Find out who's happy about that. Plus, as we honor our dads, we look at the TV dads who influenced us. The top 3 picks are next. And unfriending Facebook, what could be the next popular thing? Next on INN.
Stay tuned for an exciting money-making opportunity from SMC. Would you like to make more money, set your own hours, and spend more time with your family? Well, now you can with SMC.
I'm an SMC believer. I'm going to tell you what, it's an opportunity for anybody to get in and have a home-based business and be successful.
Mothers around the world should do this, yes, and they can stay home with their kids.
I don't have to be bothered with the hectic day-to-day working for someone else. I'm working for myself.
I just wish now I'd have done this 10 or 15 years ago. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
SMC supports its members with a huge warehouse stocked with thousands of products that you can sell for profits of up to 300% and more. Call right now to request your free information packet. And remember to ask your operator how you can jumpstart your business with $100 worth of free SMC merchandise.
Just pick up the phone and call this toll-free number now. Remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Bishop Walter Hawkins made love come alive with timeless gospel classics. Now Love Alive is back and sounding better than ever. Presenting the Love Alive collection. Love Alive 1, Love Alive 2, and Love Alive 3, all for just $24.99. But wait, order in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, and we'll cut the price to just $14.99. Then preview other great gospel collections. Satisfaction guaranteed. So don't wait. Get the Love Alive collection. 3 classic CDs for just $14.99.
Call 1-800-443-1356 to order the Love Alive collection on 3 CDs for just $14.99 plus shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card. Call now.
Welcome back, everyone. Unfriending Facebook? This may be the next social media trend. A new report shows the social network lost 6 million U.S. users last month. Facebook's explosive user growth may finally be hitting a speed bump. A new report from research and marketing firm Inside Facebook shows the social network suffered a drop of users in the U.S. and other countries last month. Inside Facebook says the company grew by more than 11 million users in May. That's down from the 13 million plus in April. However, nearly 6 million stopped using it in May, bringing the total users to just over 149 million in the U.S. That's the first decrease in a year. Inside Facebook says the permanent unfriending of Facebook continued in Canada with a drop of more than 1 million users. It also says more than 100,000 users each in the UK, Norway, and Russia logged off for good. Facebook is trying to throw cold water over the reports, issuing the following statement saying, "These reports use data extracted from our advertising tool and isn't designed to be a source for tracking the overall growth of Facebook. We are very pleased with our growth and with the way people are engaged with Facebook. More than 50% of our active users log on to Facebook on any given day." Now, whether that site is losing users in the U.S. or not, it's still growing globally. Facebook has close to 700 million users worldwide. Same-sex marriage is one step closer to being legalized in New York. Governor Andrew Cuomo has submitted a bill to state lawmakers that would allow gay marriages in the state. It's a move that had many advocates gathering at the Capitol yesterday, including Sex and the City actress Cynthia Nixon. She says she's been engaged to her girlfriend for 2 years now, and she's ready for the state to allow her to tie the knot.
It's a very exciting day in Albany. It's a very exciting week. You can really feel the changes in the air. Change that's been coming for a long time, and that change is coming because of the hard work of 5 groups who have come together in a really beautiful coalition. The Empire State Pride Agenda, the Human Rights Campaign, Freedom to Marry, Marriage Equality in New York, and the Log Cabin Republicans.
The New York Times reports the state Senate is just one vote away from being able to pass that bill, and it is expected to happen. The bill's expected to have no trouble getting through the Assembly. Well, who's your favorite TV dad? For most Americans, Bill Cosby still reigns supreme. Cliff Huxtable from the 80s hit sitcom The Cosby Show topped a new Harris poll again this year. He was also named favorite TV dad in 2009. The poll comes just ahead of Father's Day this Sunday. Ward Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver and Jim Anderson from Father Knows Best also kept their spots as number 2 and number 3, respectively. Speaking of parenthood, it's a boy for Oscar winner Natalie Portman. It's been a big year for the actress. In December, she announced her engagement to choreographer Benjamin Millepied. They met on the set of Black Swan, for which she won the Oscar for Best Actress. And now a baby whose name remains a mystery. Well, it's a trick that would make any pet parent proud. Meet Norman, the scooter dog, next on INN.
It was the hippest trip in America. The music, the styles, and the stars. It was Soul Train. And now, for the first time ever, Time Life presents the Best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. And if you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, Time Life will pay your shipping and handling. What they do? You'll get 50 guest performances and over 8 hours of the greatest entertainment. You'll get all the great dancing, the cool fashions, the great music, fabulous guest performances, and a priceless set of memories. You'll once again be line dancing to some of the greatest soul music and artists of all time. Now you can own the Best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. This collection is very special.
As an added bonus, get a free Soul Train ringtone with your order. Call 1-800-716-8618 to order Soul Train and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card.
Experience Bare Minerals, the foundation that started the makeup revolution. Are you ready for flawless coverage and makeup that is actually good for your skin? Now you can get our new kit for over 75% off what you'd pay at retail. Our exclusive introductory Get Started kit includes the award-winning Bare Minerals Foundation. You'll also receive warmth for a healthy glow, Mineral Veil, the ultimate finishing touch, and Bare Minerals Professional Flawless Application Brush. Call now and receive our new bonus collection worth $57.95 free, including the highly anticipated Flawless Definition Mascara. Purchased separately, you'd spend over $120. Our original Get Started kit was a great deal at 2 payments of $29.99. But for a limited time, you get all this, including the bonus gifts, for only 1 payment of $29.99. You save over $90 and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
To save over 75%, order now by calling 1-800-200-8130 and ask how you can receive this free handy compact with brush with your order.
If you like unique pet tricks, you might want to scoot over and meet this dog. This is Norman the Briard, also known as the scooter dog. As you can see, Norman can ride a scooter. His owner says it took a lot of training to get the almost 2-year-old dog to do that. Norman has cruised his way into the media spotlight, including making TV appearances. Norman competes in various dog shows and lives with his family in Cobb County, Georgia.
Good scoot, Norm, come on.
I'm Mike Mickle. From all of us here at INN, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.